told you.
Oh yeah.
I look, want you to see more of my body. Okay. Did I do it right? Welcome back to my channel, guys, and for today's video we are doing a story time. I did a poll on Instagram and it was either story time or get ready with me, and y'all picked story time because y'all fast as hell. You guys can already tell by the title of this video, yes, your girl got played not once but twice by the same nigga. Let's get right into the story, okay? So this was when I was 18. I'm currently 20, and yeah, I was young and dumb, but my sister introduced me to her guy friend, and I wasn't excited because I was single for a while, so I was like, why not? I was single, he was single, so I was like, might as well start talking to somebody or whatever. So she gives him my number, and he texts me a couple of days later, and off the bat we got along like literally, like it's like I always knew him. And you know those type of vibes you get where it's like you've known this person your whole life? That's the type of vibe we got from each other. And we were talking for a really long time. We was always on the phone together. He would call me before work, he would call me in between work, he would call me after work. We would fall asleep on the phone together, and he never gave me any signs that he was doing anything shady behind my back. So I was all into it. So a couple of months, so this is in January, okay? And keep in mind that he lives in another city. So it was basically a long distance. And I told him, I'm like, you know, I'm from here and you're from there. It's gonna be difficult, but if you wanna do it, we could do it. Like, I don't mind. So he was like, no, I'm all in or whatever. So we were like, let's do this. My parents are very strict, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to go all the way over there by myself. So I told him that. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to just pick up and come see you whenever I want, like, you know? So he's like, don't worry, I got it. He was older, he was 20 at the time. I was 18. And he was like, don't worry, you know, I got it all figured out, whatever. So he texted me one day, he's like, I have a surprise for you. And I'm like, yo, what? You know, what's the surprise? And he's like, I'm coming to your city for my brother's birthday. And I'm like, bet. Fast forward to the weekend they're supposed to come. Okay? This when it got juicy. So he texts me and he's like, my brother's left, I'm gonna meet them down there. I'm like, so how are you gonna get there? He's like, I'm going with my friend. We're gonna call this friend Sabrina. So he's like, I'm going with my friend Sabrina. So I'm like, okay, who's Sabrina? You know, like, who's Sabrina? So he's like, don't worry, she's 30, like, you don't gotta worry about her. And at the time I'm 18, I'm not worrying about no dam. So he basically tells me he's coming down or whatever. So that night I was supposed to go to work, and my sister called me. She's like, yo, is there any way you can get out of work so we can go to dinner with them? And I was like, I'll try something. Someone took my shift, and I'm like, okay, I could come. She's like, okay, let's surprise them. So I was gonna basically surprise them at dinner or whatever. We get to dinner, and it's me, my sister, and Naomi. So we're downtown, and we're at the dinner. I forget where we went, but we're at dinner, and all his brothers and his cousins walk in. He isn't there with them yet, I realized. He's still driving because they left later than whatever. Off the bat, guys, I got along with his brother's cousin like they were the nicest people. They made me feel very comfortable, you know, they were hyping me up a bit or whatever, and it was just a good time. And there was a girl I met. Usually when you meet girls, like in my other video I said, girls are catty as hell, okay? Girls love to, you know, be stush off the bat, but she was so sweet. She was the nicest, like, she was the nicest person, like, nicest girl I've ever met, literally. That's how nice she was. We're gonna call this girl Trife, because she was trifling. Dinner is basically done, and we're getting ready to go home, and they asked us, like, oh, you guys gonna come out with us tonight? And they're like, we can't, because, hello, I'm 18, can't get into anywhere because I'm not of age. So they're like, no, don't worry, we're gonna get you in. So we get to the event, and I found myself inside of the event. He's still not with us. I forgot to give him a name. Let's call him Jafar. So Jafar is still not with us. So I'm texting him, just trying to make it seem like I'm at work or whatever. And he's like, oh, how's work? I'm like, I'm good. Work is good. How's hanging out with your brother? He's like, oh, I'm not with them yet. I just got into the city, changing my clothes and meeting them at the event. 20 minutes go by, and they're like, he's here. So he comes in, and he comes in with Serena. So they're walking in, and honestly, his reaction to seeing me was not what I expected. I thought he was gonna jump on me or, you know, kiss me something. He was really looking at me like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, surprise. And he's like, no, seriously, what are you doing here? So he gives me a hug, and he's like, it was honestly very awkward. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very awkward. And mind you, we're on the phone. We FaceTime all the time. I didn't think that our first encounter was gonna be that awkward like that. My mom and my dad raised me right. When there's a group of people and I only know one person, I'm not only gonna say hi to that one person, I'm gonna say hi to everyone around them. So I go over and I kind of wave to Sabrina. The driest hi. She just looked at me up and down like, why is this girl saying hi to me? So I looked at my sister and Naomi, and they're like, and we start laughing, and we're like, okay, whatever, you know, forget it. The night goes on, and he isn't really like near me. Like he comes by and say, oh, you good, da, 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 and then he would walk away back to his brothers and his cousin. And I'm like, hey, whatever, you know, he wants to have fun with his brothers. I'm not gonna bug him or whatever. He comes over and he's like, can you hold my jacket? I'm like, yeah, cool, I'll hold your jacket. He holds my jacket. 2 seconds later, I see Sabrina give him her jacket, and he ties it around his waist. Red flag. Controller comes on. I was about to show him how loose this waistline is. I'm arching my back or whatever, and he like stopped me, and he's like, I don't dance to this type of music. I gave him the church finger, and I'm like, thank you. I don't like being embarrassed. I hate being embarrassed. I get all sweaty, my heart starts to race. So I just like left the situation real quick. So I walked away, and he's like, it's not even like that, it's not even like that. I'm like, no, it's cool. You don't dance this type of music, so we don't have to dance to this type of music. You know, everyone has their preference, whatever. Another whining song comes on, and who is dropping it low in front of him? Sabrina. And he's taking it. So I'm looking around and I'm like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? He's really letting her push back on him, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is so embarrassing. And I'm looking over at my sister and Naomi, and they're really looking at me like, what is really happening? He looks over at me, he kind of sees my face like screwed up. So he tells her, he's like, yo, chill. She turns around to him and she's like, why? Because all these people are here? This is not just the 30-year-old that I don't have to worry about no more. There is something going on that he didn't tell me about. So again, I'm looking over at Melissa and Naomi, and I'm like, guys, what is happening? Like, I don't understand. So I look over at the guys, and the guys are not trying to make eye contact with me out. Everyone's head is down. Everyone's looking over. Everyone's drinking their drink. No one is paying attention to me. So I'm like, what the hell is happening? So I'm like, hey, whatever. I keep dancing, trying to forget, and I'm very emotional. So my eyes start to water, and Naomi looks over at me, and she's like, I know what you're about to do. Don't do it. Do not cry, because don't cry. Like, remember where you're at and get it together. So, you know, I suck back in my tears or whatever, and I just keep dancing. You know, I'm dancing on Naomi, I'm dancing on my sister, whatever. I look over and she gives him a signal like, come on, let's go. We leaving, like we out. And he turns around to his brother and he's like, and he walks away. So both of them disappear into the crowd. So I'm like, I'm leaving. All the guys are like, you guys are leaving? I was like, no, don't leave, don't leave. I'm like, I really need to be out of here. And they're like, okay, we're leaving too. So they all follow us out of the event. While I'm walking out of the event and I see Jafar and Sabrina, and they're like this. I'm gonna insert a little picture of what they look like. But basically they're like this close, and they look like they're kind of arguing. And I'm like, this is not just some friend, like, you know, like there is something going on that you're not letting me know. We walk out and he's texting me. He's like, don't leave. I'm like, I'm already like on the highway, like I'm gone. And my emotional ass start bawling, and my sister's like, who's that girl? Who's that girl? I wanna know. No, I wanna know who that girl is. I wanna know. And I'm just in the background crying, and Naomi's like, I don't get it. 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 Like, we really didn't understand what was going on. So I get home, and he's calling me. He's like, you know, this is some girl that, you know, I used to talk to. And I'm like, you had an opportunity to tell me. Because I asked. I'm like, who's this girl? Like, who you coming with? And he's like, no, don't worry, she's just 30. You could have, in that time frame, been like, hey, this is the girl that I used to talk to, and she likes me. She's still obsessed with me, whatever. I don't know how she's gonna act. And you had, how long does it take to get to? It takes 3 to 4 hours. You had 3 to 4 hours to tell this girl, yo, act accordingly. Be slick with it, but he was very dumb. Guys are dumb. The next day, we were supposed to go paintballing with them. And my sister's looking at me, she's like, oh, do you want to go? Because I literally spent all night crying. I wanted to go and act like nothing happened. Like, I want to give him that win. I wanted to go over there acting like you don't mean nothing to me. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that didn't faze me. We go, and first people I see when I walk in is Jafar and Sabrina. And if you've ever been paintballing, you sign a waiver, and the waiver is on the wall or whatever. And he's like hovering over her. And I'm like, why y'all look like you guys were together? Come to find out that he's spent the night at her hotel room that same night after the event. So the whole time I paintball, he's trying to talk to me. I'm not trying to talk to him. She's trying to talk to me. I'm not trying to talk to her either. They tell us they want us to come to dinner with them again. So instead of going all the way back home to Scarborough, we just stayed with them downtown, and then we went to dinner with them. So we go to the hotel, and we finally get a chance to talk. So he tells me, you know, she's really petty. She doesn't like take no for an answer. I'm like, but you honestly, you could have told her, and you could have told me. Like, let me know the situation so I don't go in looking like boo-boo the fool. Like, it's always good to let someone know. If I'm going in a situation and you've done something with someone, you've dated someone, I think that out of respect, you should tell me, just so I don't look like an idiot. But we resolve it or whatever. He's like, you know, she doesn't even like Trife. And I'm like, Trife is a very nice girl. Why doesn't she like Trife? Like, I love Trife. Who wouldn't like Trife? He's like, because Trife one night got drunk and she kissed me. And I'm like, another information you should have told me. Like, let me know. That's all I wanted him to do. He could have avoided all of this if he just let me know everything that went down. You just acting like these girls are like just random girls. You don't have nothing to do with them. Mind you, you're doing stuff with them on the side. So we go back upstairs, and these are the signs. I'm very attentive of my surroundings. Like, I know there'll be 10 things happening, and it'll look like I'm not paying attention, but I'm paying attention to every single thing that is happening in the room. And these are the things that I was peeping while I was in the room. So him and Trife go in a room. Okay, the door closes, and they both come out with a different outfit. So you guys are changing in front of each other. Okay. Second thing I peeped, they start play fighting, and he ends up on the bed I'm sitting on, and he's laying on his back, and she jumps on top of him, and she's sitting on his thing. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm like, wait. So I'm looking around, and no one's saying anything. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be saying anything, because everyone's like this is like normal to them or whatever. So I'm like, okay, forget it. So I just forgot about the whole thing. We resolved it. Then we had a good night, whatever. He goes back to his city, and we're still texting. So this day, my chest was hurting, and I have really bad asthma. And Debbie was busy, and I always call her when, like, literally my nail breaks. I call her, because that's all I know to do. My mom was at work, and, like, no one could take me to the hospital. So I went by myself. And he's like, don't worry, call me when you get there, I'm gonna call you. I'm calling this nigga, and straight to voicemail. The phone's ringing, like nothing. I go on Snapchat, and I see that he's at Trife's house. And I remembered I took Trife's number down. This is the only bold thing I've ever done in the whole situation. I call Trife up, I'm like, hi, can I speak to my man? Because he's at your house. Like, I've been trying to call him. She's like, oh baby, how are you? Are you okay? He told me what happened. Killing me with the most kindness. And I'm a sucker for that. So I was like, okay, yeah, you know, having a big conversation with her, mad stupid. Like, this girl was smart, okay? She was very smart. Actually, I don't know if she was smart or I was just dumb. I would think I was dumb. She hands him the phone. I'm like, hey, why aren't you answering your phone call? And he's like, I was at her house, we were having some deep conversation. I'm like, what deep conversation y'all having? Well, I wanted to know the conversation, what happened? What was going on? I started realizing a couple of things. They weren't hanging out in a group anymore. It was just solo dates. They were at each other's house a lot without anybody being there. And I mean, he gave me a reason to be insecure about the situation. It wasn't like I was just like fabricating stuff off my head. It was like something is happening and you're not telling me, and I would like to know. The thing is, I'm the type of person you could be 100% with. If you want to mess around, say that. If you want to be in a relationship with me, say that. If you just want to text for entertainment, say that. Be real with me. That's what was bothering me the most. I'm like, I'm asking you, I'm telling you I'm not gonna be upset. Tell me you like her, tell me you guys have feelings for each other. Just whatever you do, just don't lie to me, because I need to know, you know, my feelings are on the line. We were saying how we love each other, but I felt like we weren't in love with each other, we just loved each other. Like, you know, like I have mad love for this guy, he has mad love for me. And I was like, you could tell me, it's cool, like I kind of see it, and you can't help who you like, you can't help who you have feelings for. So I was just really telling him, like, be real with yourself, you know. And the thing is, she was helping me with him too. She was like, you know, he's young, like, you know, she was 28 at the time, I think 28, 27. He really likes you, and you know, she was basically helping me with him. She was texting me and like giving me words of encouragement, like helping me as a big sister. That's why it was so hard for me to believe that she was doing something behind my back with this guy. On her birthday, she goes out to the club or whatever, and they're out, and I realized that he was in her snaps a lot, and the snaps were basically consisted of like them all cuddly. One snap said, that's my boo, like that's my boo, like letting me know that that's my boo girl. And then the last snap of the night was her kissing him on the cheek. And it wasn't just like, you know, I'm Haitian, okay? I'm the queen of pecks. I've mastered the queen of giving people kisses on the cheek, okay? That's what we do for a living, literally. You go into an event, you kiss everybody in the room. That kiss wasn't just a friendly kiss. It was like a, like, you know, you know? I sent it back to him. I'm like, have a great life. Leave me out of whatever you got going on, because I don't want your situation. It was just a mess, honestly. She texted me once, and it was like months later when we were done, but they were still dealing with stuff. She texted me months after we saw each other at some event, and I was talking to her, because I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, splish around you, like, you know, like, I don't like to keep animosity. I don't like animosity between people. I don't like awkwardness. I don't like that stuff. So I just, like, I go into a situation, and that's the Jesus in me, okay? That is the God in me. I like to go into situations, you know, like, we're cool, keep it cordial, whatever. And time she kept proving me wrong. She kept doing the pettiest things. Like, he would come to my house, and because we became cool after. He was in the city. He would come and visit us, me and my sisters. And I would obviously take snaps with him, like, hey, look who's in my city, da da da. And she'd be like, girl, please, like, girl, like, being really catty. And I'm like, girl, nobody wants him. He don't even want you. She reached out to me once, and she was like, wow, like, I can't believe you spoke to me. Like, I thought we had this issue. And I'm like, honestly, you did this to me, and I forgive you for it, even though you didn't apologize for it. And my sister's so mad at me, and I'm so mad at myself till this day, because I didn't let this girl have it. I didn't let Tribe have it. I wish I went in on that behind. Right now, we're good friends, and it hurts me a bit just because of how close we are now. Has he apologized? He's apologized. A vague apology. It wasn't really like, Julie, I apologize for this and that, because I found out stuff after we stopped talking. So yeah, I'm still waiting for my apology, Jafar. We weren't dating, so it's not considered cheating. We were just talking, but I wasn't talking to anyone else. So, you know, I expect the same from you. You live and you learn. It was a learning experience. I'm very cautious when I go into situations. I don't ignore red flags, because red flags are big. And I trust my gut because I felt like something was going on. He kept telling me no, 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 no. I believed him and I believed her. And that whole thing could have been avoided if I just literally stopped talking to him from the first incident, or if I trusted my gut and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I don't want your situation. I don't need that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know y'all are messy and y'all wanted to know what happened in my life. I apologize also, guys, if I sound a bit stuffy and like phlegmy. I'm a bit sick. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Love y'all. Bye, coconuts. After that, she started stubbing me more. She was like, girl, like, you know, girl, nobody wants you to on your boo taxi. I said, you gonna drop at 9. I ain't even edited this yet.